the Scottish Grand National, the biggest event in horse racing north of the border. It attracts visitors from across the UK and further afield. The weekend is full of bets, bookies and bubbly, with a combined prize fund of more than £580,000 and top competitors including AP McCoy riding. It really is a top weekend in the horse racing calendar. Young Stablelad Jack Findlater is one of the lucky few who knows what it's like to ride the best horses in the business. Jack helps to train and care for some of the world's top racing horses, owned by Crimborn Stud. He's en route to be competing as a jockey in the next few years. However, Jack faces a tough task to climb the ranks. Today, his main responsibility is leading out the horse Spartan Angel, working closely with jockey Nico de Bonville and trainer Nicky Henderson.
Originally I came from just not far from here, which is a little village called Musplone, so it's just 5 minutes up the road. I'm 21 years old now, times changed, moved on, finished school and decided something new had to happen. Actually, I used to work here at the racecourse itself for sort of 3 years part-time on and off, but decided that I was going to get into horse racing and sort of take it further. I wanted to ride a few horses and to just sort of try my luck at that. So I then moved on to a place called the Northern Racing College in Doncaster, which is basically takes in lads with any sort of experience from none at all, which I had, to lads that have been doing it a long time. So they sort of train you up and get you ready for going into a yard, and legally you need your level 1 certificate in racehorse care. So it's a 12-week course. Once you do that, then at the end of it, if you're good enough, they find you a job, which is pretty handy. I was placed with John O'Neill at first, but things didn't quite work out there. Spent a season with Ferdy Murphy, and he then moved to France after that. So I'm now based in a little place called Lambourne with Nicky Henderson, who's the ex-champion trainer, so it's very, very nice to work with the best horses in the country.
A lot of work goes on behind the scenes which may go unnoticed. However, it is vital to the horse's performance. Today, Jack is preparing the horse Spartan Angel for the jockey Nico de Bonville, who recently won the Gold Cup at Cheltenham.
I was riding out this morning, so the other two lads would then muck out the horses and sort of hay them and water them. Just get a little drop of hay and water on the race day. So I went and rode out then, and then they'll give horses a lead out for sort of 20 minutes, get a pick of grass and just let them enjoy the sunshine. Really, it's a nice day, so you need to make the most of it. The ground conditions are key for a lot of horses. Like, for whatever reason, that comes from sort of knee action. So if a horse has a high knee action, usually he'll want sort of better ground so he can bounce off it and sort of skip along it. But the weather, like if it's too hot, then there's obviously a danger of horses overheating after races. Like, you need to be on hand to sort of wash them down straight away and make sure they're cool.
One of the form jockeys racing today is Nico de Bonville, who recently won at the Cheltenham Festival, and he was making his debut at Ayr Racecourse over jumps.
Obviously it's a premier track, we all enjoy coming up here. I've never actually ridden here over jumps, so this will be a first for me.
We asked Jack just how it feels to ride these finely tuned racing machines. He also told us about the rigorous training processes which both jockey and horse have to undergo in order to compete at this high level of racing.
It's seriously exciting, especially I've actually been lucky enough to school a good few times over sort of likes of hurdles and stuff, so sort of galloping down to a set of hurdles, it's quite a buzz as well. It's really good thrill. Every horse will start off in a bumper, which is just a sort of a flat race under National Hunt rules and National Hunt trip and whatever's, but it's all on the flat just to give them sort of education and experience. Then usually from there the normal route to take would be novice hurdling, which is basically for beginners going over hurdles and sort of progressing from there, and then they progress through the ranks and go chasing if all being well. You still need to have the sort of size and the scope to be a chaser, like but if you've got a scrawny little 16-hand pony, like you're not going to go over fences because they're going to dwarf them. But I'd say a good 80% of all horses do have the size and scope to be a chaser anyway.
Jack gave us the inside scoop on Nico's career up to this point. His first event of the day was the 125, riding Different Gravy. He went into the race as favourites. Did he live up to the expectation?
Nico was actually amateur for sort of 4 or 5 years, going nowhere. Actually wanted to leave Henderson's because he didn't feel he was getting enough opportunities. And sort of one horse, he rode sort of one horse at Cheltenham, and it just throws you into the limelight. Like, Nicky Henderson has the power to do that, and ever since that day, he just progressed, and obviously winning the Gold Cup was just a complete high from his. I think it's his third festival winner actually. So no, he's high flying, and he's actually the hottest jockey in the country at the minute.
Having recently won the Gold Cup at Cheltenham, we got Nico's thoughts on winning one of horse racing's most prestigious events.
You know, it's everything we dream for. You know, it's what we do this for, and yeah, it was just a fantastic, amazing experience.
Nico's debut over jumps in Scotland went according to plan as he comfortably took first place on Different Gravy in the first race of the day. His next race presented an altogether tougher challenge. Veteran rider AP McCoy, who's retiring at the end of the season, looks tough competition to beat, and Nico is looking to make an impact riding Spartan Angel against McCoy, who was riding Run Ructions Run, trained by Tim Easterby. Could the young pretender beat the man who has been a champion jockey for the last 20 years? McCoy was out to perform for a crowd with high expectations as he looked to add to his record of over 4,348 career wins. De Bonville was ready to take up the challenge, but would need to have the race of his life to compete with such a tough field. Could Nico beat the man many consider to be the greatest jockey of all time? Spartan Angel clearly looked up for the race as Nico mounted her, but how would she fare when the pressure was really on?
For a thrill seeker, like, it's just, there's no, you don't top it. Like, I can imagine it would be like jumping out of a plane. The buzz when you are sort of galloping 30-35 miles an hour, 3 horses upsides just in a tight, is just such an adrenaline rush. There's no feeling like it. To be doing that day in, day out it's a dream really.
Amazingly, neither McCoy or de Bonville managed to win. Nico placed in 7th and McCoy fared slightly better, coming in 3rd. Peter Buchanan clinched first place riding Jenny's Melody. Nico looked to be faring well until the unthinkable happened. Spartan Angel struck through her tendon on her front right leg and was immediately rushed to the vets after the race. She was then rushed to Glasgow for surgery. Jack had the unenviable task of accompanying her. It was touch and go, and whilst the surgeons performed well, Spartan Angel will never race again and is lucky to be alive. Whilst Jack was obviously upset at the injury to a horse under his care, he accepts that is just part and parcel of working in such a fast-paced business. But who knows, maybe we will be seeing the name Jack Findlater on some race cards in the future.